Welcome back to Morning Break on this Thanksgiving morning. Now, if turkey is not your favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal, maybe you just need a more creative way to prepare it. And that's what we are going to see from Rob Barnett, WTOC's operations manager. Thanks for being here.
Hey, no problem. Thanks, Tim.
So you're going upscale on us here, an alternative to the roast turkey.
Yeah, basically what it is it's called a roulade, and what you're doing is you're taking your stuffing and you're putting it within the chicken breast, and then the turkey breast, and then you're rolling it so that when you slice it, you get these nice sort of swirly patterns with the stuffing.
So a stuffed rolled turkey breast is basically what you're making here.
Pretty much, yeah. And this is good if if you're not feeding a bunch of people, or if you got people that don't really like the dark meat. I personally do, but yeah, if that's kind of the people that you're serving, this is a really good dish for that.
All right, so we're going to start with stuffing?
Yeah, so we're going to make the stuffing first. So I've already gone ahead and rendered off some of the bacon. This is 1 shallot. Just adding that directly to the bacon grease. And then about a hefty rib of celery.
Okay. I want to mention, you might want to take notes on this because in addition to keeping everything operating smoothly here at WTOC, Rob is also a professionally trained chef. Now, this is something that you did for a living before you came to Savannah, right?
I did, yeah. I did this for about 10 years before I got into the TV business. And I worked a bunch of different places. It's mostly fine dining, but I did some banquets and I did some greasy spoons and kind of whatever.
So you got a wide range of things that you can make.
That's right. So to that, I just added a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of salt. I like to, whenever I'm making basically anything, I will salt kind of as I go.
Right.
If you don't salt while you're doing that celery and those shallots, they won't ever get any of that salt.
Yeah.
So.
And then you put salt on the end and all you taste is salt.
Exactly. So you just sort of salt as you go. All right, so this is about ready, so I'm going to go ahead and add our mushrooms to that. This is actually cremini mushrooms and shiitake mushrooms.
Oh, wow.
So kind of a blend, a little bit heavier on the creminis than the shiitakes. Mushrooms have a lot of water.
All right.
So you might need to crank the heat up a little bit to get that cooking going. At this point, I'm going to also add the herbs. So I've got, right here, I've got rosemary and sage, about a tablespoon of rosemary, and then maybe a teaspoonish of sage. So we'll just go ahead and add that in.
Sage is really that signature Thanksgiving flavor, isn't it?
Absolutely. And for me, it really has a special significance because where I'm from originally, there was wild sagebrush sort of growing everywhere. So when you walked through the plains out on the eastern side of Denver, you would smell sage, just as you're walking. So we're just going to let this just cook down a little bit more. So you can see here, most of that liquid has boiled out a little bit. So we're just about done with those mushrooms. So I'm just going to add my garlic. I always add my garlic at the end.
It'll get bitter if you add it too early, right?
Yeah, I just don't want it to burn. Yeah. So I add that at the end of the stage, and I'll just cook that for just a little bit more, just to make sure that the oils that come out of the garlic get released and get into the mushrooms. And now I'm just going to add my bacon back in. So that's the rendered bacon. Again, about 5 strips. Kind of depends on your bacon. So go ahead and kill the heat there. So now, sorry about that, Zach. Zach is our director up there. I just ruined a shot. Sorry, Zach.
Only Rob would know that, by the way. Nobody else cooking in this kitchen today is going to understand where the pan's supposed to be at all times.
All right, so to that, I'm going to add, you kind of need to go slow with the breadcrumbs just to kind of see what it's going to do.
Right.
We'll start with, that's maybe about half a cup or so. We'll start with that. I think it'll probably need another half cup, but
'Cause if you add too much breadcrumbs off the top, it gets almost like mealy.
Yeah,
tasting,
yeah. And it'll get really kind of thick and kind of gooey and just not very nice. Zach, if you follow me, we're gonna go over
All
here.
right, and I'm going to get out of your way because this is the kind of the part where it all comes together, right?
Exactly. So I've got a sheet tray here and a rack. So whenever you're doing roasts like this, it's always a good idea to have a rack or something like that to sort of elevate it off of that baking sheet.
Does that allow the heat to hit from the bottom as well as the top?
Yep, so you're getting it all the way around. Here I've got a full turkey breast. I've already deboned it, and I've just sort of spread the breast out. I went ahead and butterflied part of that to kind of fill in some of those gaps, and then I took one of the tenderloins that just sort of hangs off of the side here and filled that gap there. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to roll it anyway, so if it's not perfect, that's fine. So this is the last chance you're going to get to season the inside of that. So
how thick a layer do you want to put in?
I'm not going to go super thick. Let's say, that's maybe 1/4 of an inch thick, something like that.
Now this is the tricky part for most people.
So it's really a lot easier than it seems. So you're just going to kind of fold that over, and then you're going to kind of
so
keep
you're
rolling
kind of working
back.
it under as you go.
Yeah, as much as you can. And you're going to lose some stuffing. That's okay. So I'm going to take this. Just keep its shape a little bit better if you do it this way, and it won't split open. We're going to throw this in an oven about 425 degrees. We'll do that for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to drop the heat down to about 350 and cook that for about another 45-ish minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. So here it is, the finished product and the moment of truth. So let's see how it turned out. So you can see that.
That looks really cool.
We'll go ahead and serve that with a little bit of cranberry sauce. That's a very simple cranberry sauce. Port, the juice and zest of 1 orange, 3/4 cup of sugar, bag of cranberries, and there you go.
So fantastic. This is, again, it's something not everybody loves, the traditional roast turkey. This is a really great way to have people have turkey and try something that they probably haven't had yet.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of great flavors in there and a lot of traditional Thanksgiving flavors in there as well.
Exactly, and I think it's not too hard, but it's pretty impressive, I think.
Rob, thanks so much. That was really cool watching that.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be right back.